If I'm being honest, guys, if you ask me what my favorite Marvel movie is, I honestly don't really have an answer for you. I've played a couple of the Marvel games, seen a couple Marvel movies in the past, but I'm not super big into Marvel. Some viewers in my Discord asked me to react to this video, so let's go ahead and check it out. So I was asked by my viewers to predict who I think would win in a battle, Ghost Rider versus Spawn. Now this is from Death Battle, so go ahead and subscribe to them if you haven't already. Anyways, let's go ahead and check this video out. Don't know what to expect.
Ghost Rider versus Spawn. The Spirit of Vengeance versus the Dark Angel.
Okay, so I don't know who Spawn is. I definitely know who Ghost Rider is. Spawn, he's got that, like, aura about him, though. You know what I mean? Like, okay, Ghost Rider, he's sick. Let's be honest, but god dang. Bro, you don't want to be, like, 100 miles within this guy, bro. I don't know about that.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death.
Okay, so before they analyze anything, I'm gonna guess that Spawn would win. Spawn gives me the chills. That's what I'm gonna say. But maybe you're supposed to make your own prediction throughout the video, so maybe I'll change my mind. We'll see. Let's see what they say.
Johnny Blaze has always been a man possessed, chasing the thrill of certain doom by performing
is this Ghost Rider?
stunts, following the example of his adoptive father, Crash Simpson.
Until the day Crash lived up to his name and got cancer, heartbroken, and without enough Wampa fruit to save him, Johnny turned to the only thing that could: chemotherapy.
The devil.
Oh!
To cure Crash's cancer, Johnny sold his soul to Mephisto, king of the layer of hell.
Only for Crash to actually live up to his name right after.
But instead of scooping up Johnny's soul, Mephisto had something else in mind. He bound Johnny to an instrument of divine wrath, Zarathos, the Spirit of Vengeance.
So Johnny Blaze lived up to his name and burst into hellfire, an undead skeleton biker with a sick-ass hog, the 5th scariest Nick Cage performance, the stuntman from hell. He called himself the Daredevil.
Okay, I didn't even know that's how he became Ghost Rider. That's really cool. I like that.
Sorry, Johnny, that name's taken.
Okay, then how about the Ghost Rider?
Sure, we definitely didn't forget that we named a character the same thing only 5 years earlier.
Wait, what?
The Ghost Rider was bad news for Earth sinners and scum.
Okay. He weighs 220 pounds. He is 6'2", stunt cyclist. Okay. This gives us some stats. I'm actually going to write this down because I do want to compare later on, even though they're probably going to say it again. So I'm going to just write 220 and 6'2". This is just physical attributes, even though I would imagine Spawn and Ghost Rider are way more than their physical attributes.
Bags. He's strong enough to pull down skyscrapers, blow up mountains, and cause earthquakes that can be felt across whole countries.
Don't even think about fighting back. He can remake his whole body from the hellfire that engulfs him.
Wait, what?
Making him immune to all physical damage. Only holy weapons that target his soul can harm him.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, if he's only affected by holy damage, how the heck can Spawn win? I might have made a bad assumption here. Spawn doesn't look very holy.
It's not just his body.
Okay, I guess we'll see what happens here.
Hellfire. Ghosty can create anything he can think of, from an infinite stream of chains, a shotgun packed with fiery rounds, or a flaming missile barfed right out of his mouth. Life goals.
And he can imbue other objects with hellfire, such as his Hell Cycle.
Oh, this badass bike can outpace Thor's hammer Mjolnir, which can cross the universe in seconds.
Whoa.
Hellfire is a weapon in and of itself, whether shot out of his hands, raining down from the sky, or released from his...
His boner, Wiz. Get it?
What?
And it doesn't just scorch flesh. Hellfire is so deadly, it can burn away your very soul.
This technique would be mastered by Johnny's successor, his own brother, Danny Ketch.
Oh yeah, Johnny's not the only Ghost Rider, and Danny was the first to master their most famous move. You know, the one that burns your soul to smithereens with just a look? The Penance Stare.
The Penance Stare inflicts upon its victims every ounce of pain they ever wreaked upon others. Every cruelty penalty, no matter how small or righteous, is reflected back. A biblical punishment.
Obliterating your soul! It even works on other Ghost Riders, like when Johnny and Danny got into a staring contest and Danny actually depowered Johnny.
Eyes are windows to the soul, so the Ghost Rider must be able to match his victim's gaze for the pen and stare to work. Some people have survived it, like the Punisher supposedly because he didn't regret his actions, but it did work on him on other occasions.
Well, Johnny can adjust how deadly it is, and it doesn't necessarily have to kill you. He can use the stare to read minds, force you to confess info, or just show you the error of your ways.
Remember, the Ghost Rider is two souls in one body, with the kinder Johnny battling the demon Zarathos in a war of control.
Oh.
Classic Faustian bargain. All the power in the world, but if you want it, it uses you. Because if Johnny gives in, the demon's full might will take over, and then everything is screwed.
Zarathos' strength is boundless. He can open up portals between dimensions, control the elements, pen and stare an entire city, and fly all the way to Asgard, which is a literal infinite distance away.
He's manhandled some of Marvel's heaviest hitters, like Thor, World War Hulk, and Doctor Strange. Hell,
Okay, Ghost Rider is way more powerful than I thought. I thought it was just like some skeleton dude. Okay, it's some crazy demon and a human combined. And if the demon takes over, it's over. I mean, like, I don't know what the heck I thought at the beginning, but I don't think Spawn has a chance.
Strange said Zarathos is a
I don't think Spawn has a chance against this.
Mortal and immortal.
Hyperbole? Think again. The Archangel Zadkiel said that the power of the Ghost Rider could threaten all of existence, and even bring down heaven itself.
Right before an army of Ghost Riders did just that. Yeah, an army. The spirits of vengeance are legion.
As far back as the Great Flood, humans have been bonded to the vestiges of God's power to act as his divine wrath on Earth. A sort of heavenly Black Ops.
Okay, wait, does that make Zarathos an angel now? Or is he still a demon?
Both? Neither? Despite being one of the greatest entities in existence, it's unclear. What we do know is that ages ago, Zarathos feasted on souls and battled Mephisto for rulership of his realm. Mephisto, ever the trickster, claimed victory and gained control of Zarathos forevermore. Hence how he could bond him to Johnny.
But Zarathos got his revenge against that big red bitch with another Ghost Rider, Alejandra Jones. Bet you wish you had one more day to fix that hole in your chest.
Wait, he killed
Comic
Mephisto?
book fan punching bag though he may be, Mephisto is unbelievably powerful. A battle with him could cause omniversal Armageddon. Fitting as his fight with Galactus rents the cosmos asunder.
And Galactus' fights can destroy all of Marvel's infinite multiverse. That's the kind of awesome power at Zarathos' disposal. Total cosmic annihilation.
So it was no surprise when Johnny went down to the underworld and took Hell's throne for himself, usurping the devil that ruined his life and finally grabbing destiny by the handlebars.
Wow.
Scoring the total power of hell itself, plus a sick-ass upgrade, the Damnation Stare, which skips the whole every pain you've ever inflicted thing and just sends you straight to hell. No shot.
As they say,
Jeez.
though, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Johnny began an obsessive crusade to capture all of Hell's escaped demons. But by using his new power to damn them to hell, he began absorbing their evil, feeding off of it, and it corrupted him. Once again, Johnny Blaze was a man possessed.
In truth, Johnny was just as trapped by Hell's power as he'd always been, and he needed Danny's help to pull him out of the darkness.
Though he gave up Hell's throne, the Ghost Rider continues his war against demons without and within, mentoring his fellow Ghost Riders in the ways of vengeance, always prowling the highways for the evil and the profane.
An unstoppable engine of judgment that, with just a glance, could make Galactus himself shit his pants.
Maybe one day he'll find salvation in the eyes of one of his victims.
'Cause they sure as hell won't find any in his.
Okay, then now they're gonna do Spawn,
This battle
right?
is sponsored by Robin Hood Gold.
Alright, let's skip Robin Hood here.
Involves her from Rams 94 LL.
Thing, he was a. If Al Simmons was one thing, he was a killer.
A lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army and the CIA.
Wait, is this who
decorated
Spawn is?
assassin. Simmons upheld democracy around the globe at the barrel of a gun. painting the third world in red, white, and blue, but mostly red.
Until his final fateful mission when, per his boss's orders, Al was fired.
The burning was only getting started because Al's immortal soul was on a one-way trip to hell.
Where he cut a deal with Malvosia, the big, naked lord of the 8th Circle of Hell.
By their pact, Simmons would be reborn a Hellspawn, a superpowered commander of Hell's armies, in exchange for seeing his wife one more time.
Oh, buddy, you're just asking to get monkey's bud.
Al Simmons returned from the dead as a decaying zombie 5 years later, after his wife had already remarried and had a daughter.
There, you saw her. Now get back to work, bitch.
Thus was born the undead warrior from hell itself, Spawn.
He's so 90s that he comes all
Okay, so he is like twice his weight. Now, this is his physical attributes. Ghost Rider, 220, 6'2". Spawn, 1 inch taller and almost twice his weight. But of course, this is way more than physical. But dang, he is like twice the size.
the way back around to being the coolest thing ever. Look upon his edge, wizard, and despair.
Spawn would violently defend New York's downtrodden, while slowly uncovering the full breadth of his demonic powers.
He's like a walking superpower encyclopedia. He can fly, teleport, turn invisible and intangible, move things with his mind, make force fields, control the elements and the weather, and even stop time. Speaking
He
of
can stop
he
time?
can fly so fast, he literally breaks into other dimensions and smashes time as a concept.
He can manipulate matter, shape-shifting his own body or transmuting other objects and people. He can even control and absorb your soul.
Wait, Wiz, if he can rearrange molecules and crap, why doesn't he just fix his uggo face?
Well, he tried to do that, but Malvosia cursed him so that he could only make himself... yeah.
Oh, it's petty trolling like that that gets you a throne in hell.
To be fair, Spawn can achieve a similar result with illusions and mental manipulation. He can read and control minds, implant and replace memories, or simply drive you mad.
Spawn can do all of this crazy shit because he runs on necroplasm. Basically, hell juice.
You're not wrong. Necroplasm is the energy that makes up hell itself. Al's undead body is composed of 400 pounds of it.
Okay, so before we go further, if he is a soldier of hell, how does he have any chance against Ghost Rider, who's the king? I don't know, but I can see, like, Spawn is definitely not to be messed with. He's got a lot going for him. He's definitely super, super strong, but it's getting more interesting, though. At first, I'm like, he has no chance, and now it's like he kind of strong. He can manipulate time. I think that's his biggest advantage, to be honest.
He can wield it like an energy blaster empowered by the sins of others. Spawn can absorb your evil.
Also, weather manipulation. I didn't think about that. Wouldn't he be able to just do, like, a monsoon or something? Wouldn't that mess up Ghost Rider? I don't know.
And feed off of it. By simply walking on Earth, Spawn feels all of humanity's pain all at once.
He's even absorbed the sins of 8 million New Yorkers instantly, cleansing them of their evil.
Like Jesus?
Or he can do the reverse and make you experience the full weight of your own sins, feeling every bit of pain you've ever inflicted on others over your whole life.
Like some sort of penance.
Though Spawn's necroplasm comes with a catch.
Yeah, he's got unlimited amount of the stuff, and it drains every time he uses his powers.
Oh.
If he runs out, he's dragged back to hell.
Even depowered, Spawn can rely on his elite military training in hand-to-hand combat. He's even fought Batman to a standstill.
And as befits his past profession, he loves his big-ass 90s guns.
Though his greatest weapon is the same.
Okay, so that's a big thing. His power, like, it's kind of like mana, right? You don't have unlimited mana. But they didn't say Ghost Rider has, like, mana. You know what I mean? So, yes, he might be able to manipulate time and the weather and all that stuff, which might give him some sort of edge, but for how long? I guess that's the question. But at the same time, they said Ghost Rider's, like, immune to all physical. But it sounds like Spawn has some magical or, like, elemental type of, like, power, if you will. So, I don't know.
Being he's genetically and spiritually bonded to, his cloak. Letha of the 7th House of K.
You ever wonder why his cape's red? Nope, well, now you are, and it's red because it's made from the apple Eve ate in the Garden of Eden. It's
Dang.
literally made of original sin. Oh, and also the souls of a million sinners, including every one of Hell's victims. Also a touch of vampire for good measure.
K7 Letha is constantly evolving. It can act independently to defend Spawn with an infinite stream of chains, transform into weapons,
Whoa.
drain people of their power. It is the most potent weapon Hell has ever created.
Oh, okay.
Spawn beat the primordial dark god Urizen, who can destroy and eat your soul with just a glare.
Except the souls bonded to Spawn acted as a buffer, allowing him to survive.
You'd think with an arsenal like that, he'd be unstoppable. But Hellspawns have a weakness to holy weapons and can be killed permanently if decapitated by one.
Though Spawn has managed to survive this in the past. No, Spawn's greatest weakness is his own, how do I put this, stupidity.
So Spawn fought this angel lady, Angela. Great name for an angel. She had this dimensional lance that could wipe Hellspawn out of existence, and Spawn got it. But instead of, being cautious around a mysterious angel weapon that hurts him, he just had to push the big shiny button and activate it on himself.
And so
Wait, what?
Spawn was forever destroyed.
Wait,
Until
what?
He reconfigured reality to undo his own inexistence.
There we are.
Wait,
Good
that's
as new.
pretty crazy.
Has to be the first time we've seen someone accidentally kill themselves and survive.
On his quest as Hell's greatest warrior, Spawn has defeated a serial killer ice cream man, a demonic clown, and even his old boss remade by Heaven into an anti-Spawn. He's even encountered other Hellspawn.
Killing bad guys might seem counterintuitive if you work for a Hell Lord, but it actually just adds more souls to Malvosia's army. An army Spawn would have to lead in a war with Heaven that'd kill all of humanity.
Because the reason Malbolgia chose Al to be his commander wasn't that he was some great warrior. It was because Al had proven that he was the best at taking orders.
All his life and all his death, Al was nothing more than a hired gun.
But he knew it, and he would do so no more.
So Spawn marched down to Hell and ripped Malvosia's head off with a scream so loud it echoed through all of reality. Spawn became the king of the 8th circle of Hell.
As King,
Okay, so he's also a king. I don't know. They're both kings.
Spawn is literally a part of.
First he was a
Hell
warrior,
itself.
but then he
He
became a
access to an
king.
unlimited pool of energy that increases 100-fold with every heartbeat. He's effectively omnipotent in there, and strong enough to challenge other Hell Lords like Mammon and Satan.
He got so strong, the only thing left was to finally resolve the war between Heaven and Hell.
But Spawn needed help from the being who created this god and Satan to begin with, the mother of existence, Gaia.
She wasn't cool with her kids being total assholes, so she appointed Spawn to be the universe's savior.
By eating the fruit from the tree of life, Spawn became truly divine.
Wait,
capable
what?
of battling God and Satan in a stalemate for eternity that extinguished all life on Earth.
And each
What?
of them are powerful enough to create and control infinitely sized universes.
Spawn broke the stalemate by letting God and Satan destroy him, only for Gaia to separate the two from the reality they threatened.
Then, just like that time with the Lance, Spawn respawned and recreated the Earth. Poof, good as new.
Finally freed of
Jeez.
the weight of heaven and hell, Al asked to be reborn as a human. But he knew in his heart he deserved to carry on his undead penance in perpetuity.
He's a creature of the 90s, Wiz. He won't be happy unless he can hastily brood over the injustice of his own existence.
Though if you threaten the alley he calls home, beware, because Spawn will turn whatever's left of your life into a living hell.
Wow.
This battle
I want to see what they say. Obviously, they're going to give their opinion. Here's what I've got so far, before we actually get into what they're going to say. So, Ghost Rider, god dang, he is pretty darn scary against anyone who's, like, not a god, essentially. But, you know, any, like, golem or whatever, some massive dude, no chance. He's not great against, like, magical opponents who are holy. Now, Spawn is freaking, like, holy and unholy at the same time, and can manipulate time. It's hard to say. I might have been right. I think I might have been right without knowing.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
Let's
It's
see.
time for one hell of a death battle!
Let's see what they say here.
Nights like these drive men insane. Brimstone in the air. Something's coming.
I can't believe they created this animation too. So well done.
Go back to the pit you squirmed from, Hellspawn.
Make me.
Okay, so his power's draining. Okay, he's using some guns, but that doesn't do anything to Ghost Rider. Okay, now we're doing something.
If you care, it's nothing personal. Vengeance calls.
Okay, see, that does something to him, but he's draining. Spawn's getting drained right now. Okay, he's trying to do some physical stuff, but that doesn't really do anything.
You've earned your damnation.
Wait, Spawn got sent down there? Wait, now he's coming back. Okay, duh. Okay, so... Oh my god. That... Okay, here we go. This is what I was waiting for.
Be damned. Yes, you will.
Spawn is like... He's in his, like, normal form, though. He can become, like, the omnipotent one. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Okay, it's over. That's over.
God forbid.
Holy. Ghost Rider's done, I'm sorry. He's done, bro. He's done, bro. Oh? Oh?
Your sins are innumerable. I am here to wreak vengeance upon your soul.
Ooh.
I eat sin for breakfast. Have a taste of your own goddamn medicine.
Wait, is it working on Spawn? The, like, stare? I don't think it is. Yeah, dude, Ghost Rider's done, I'm sorry. He got rid of the demon! Oh my god.
Like you said, nothing personal, asshole.
I knew it! Well, I didn't know to this extent, but I got it! Let's go! Guys, you gotta subscribe. I can't believe I guessed the correct one. But anyways, let's see what they have to say here.
God,
I think that makes sense.
This was a nail-biter of a battle that pitted Ghost Rider's immeasurable power against Spawn's skill and versatility. Let's break this down into 4 categories.
First up, power. Divine Spawn could match God and Satan, who could create universes. Similar in scale to Ghost Rider's bouts with a lot of the powerhouses in Marvel.
But Zarathos was different. Remember, his power can match that of Mephisto and Galactus, who can threaten all of Marvel's infinite cosmic reality, far greater than any cosmos Spawn has ever affected.
Really?
Even though Spawn's battled and defeated Satan in more recent comics, implying he's retained a level of power similar to his divine form, he couldn't match Zarathos in power alone.
Really? Okay, wait, I was wrong there. I thought he was just stronger.
Rider may take power, but remember, Johnny actively resists Zarathos' influence, so Spawn may have had time in the fight to learn and adapt to Ghost Rider before he went full Blue Fury.
And Spawn definitely had the edge in skill. He spent decades in military combat and is a master martial artist.
Okay,
whereas
sure.
Johnny more so relies on his invincibility.
The
Sure.
dream power for a stuntman. Even with his crazy powers, Ghost Rider was a lot more direct than Spawn, pretty much entirely focused on attacking the soul.
Which doesn't bode well for his versatility. Spawn can stop time, manipulate matter, turn
Yeah.
into control minds, warp reality, the Ghost Rider had a much more limited arsenal by comparison.
True.
Spawn had a huge advantage in this category.
Though with his invincibility, way greater power, and the ability to scorch your soul to nothing, Ghost Rider could score the win through brute force, right?
Not exactly. The last piece of the puzzle is their resistances. Basically, who was harder to kill. Spawn's constant mainlining of humanity's collective sin and pain meant he could survive attacks on his soul, including the penance stare. Just like he resisted a
Okay, that
very
makes
similar
sense.
attack from Urizen.
Best of all, remember the time he rewrote reality to undo his own inexistence?
There was nothing the Ghost Rider could do to overpower that. And that time with the lance wasn't planned, it was purely instinctual. He could replicate it any time he wanted, like in his fight with God and Satan.
So how do you put Spawn down for good? Well, you can't. At least Johnny and Zarathos couldn't.
Unlike how Ghost Rider's soul has been vulnerable to attack before, like when Danny used the penance stare to depower Johnny.
This sort of thing actually happens a lot, even in recent comics. The whole reason Johnny and Zarathos are bonded in the first place is because Zarathos' soul was manipulated by Mephisto.
And not only does Spawn have plenty of experience manipulating souls, he can replicate the effect of the penance stare itself.
And
Oh,
just
wow.
think about that. A penance stare on Zarathos would mean he's feeling the pain from every penance stare that he's ever done. A penance squared.
The damnation stare, on the other hand, actively helped Spawn, sending him to hell where he gets a literal infinite power boost.
And it wasn't just Spawn's soul powers that had spelled trouble. He had other ways to bypass Ghost Rider's immortality too, like transmutation, rewriting reality, or just straight up stealing his powers, which has worked on multiple Ghost Riders in the past.
Giving Spawn the final edge. Zarathos was almost unbeatable, a massive power advantage, soul destruction, immortality, but Spawn could counter everything thrown at him, and was too unkillable for Zarathos' strength advantage to matter in the long run against his crazier abilities.
That was one hell of a fight, and at least Johnny went out in a blaze of glory.
The winner is Spawn.
Next time on Death.
After seeing, like, the Ghost Rider intro, I'm surprised that Spawn won, but after they introduced what Spawn was, I was like, okay. You know, Spawn probably still wins. But anyway, somehow I guessed it without even knowing. Guys, if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, don't forget to subscribe. Comment down below what you guys want me to react to next. You guys want me to check out more of these battles? I'm totally down. Anyways, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.